Welcome to Be Real, Jody. I'm so glad you're here. Today, I want to ask you if something sounds familiar to you. Okay? Pretend you're getting ready to go to an activity or a party or even school, and you're feeling kind of just like, I don't know, I don't have any friends, I don't really feel like going. And then your mom's like, it's okay, just be confident, just smile, just walk up to the people and just say hi. They're gonna love you. No one's judging you, right? That's what they tell us. And then you're like, okay, all right, I'll do it. So you get there, you walk up to the people. Okay. I actually saw this in real time this week. Dropped one of my little friends off and I told her that. Just go up and talk to them, right? And then she walked up there. Guess what happened? She said hi, and guess what they all did? They just looked at her and then they kept talking. Has that ever happened to you? It's like we think if we just say hi, if we just be ourselves, like it's all going to work out. And sometimes it does, but sometimes it doesn't. What do you do when you actually do try to extend yourself, but people shut you down? They're rude. Like you say hi to them in the hall, you work up the courage, you're like, just say hi. And then they just look at you like, who are you? Right? That actually happens. We always, like adults sometimes say that because the truth is, adults sometimes have a little more manners than teenagers or young adults, and they'll just be polite. Even say they don't like them, they'll still be polite. Sometimes teenagers aren't. So, what do you do? Here's the truth. This has happened probably to everybody. It's not just you. That's the first thing. If that's happened to you, welcome. Okay? This happens to everybody. But it happening is not the problem. It's what you make it mean. So like if I walk down the hall and I say hi to like the cool girl or the cool guy and they just look at me like, "Who are you?" If I decide that means I'm not good enough and I'm not cool and I'm never going to have friends, I'm going to feel terrible, right? But if I say hi to them and they look at me like that, I get to choose what I make that mean. What if I were to choose, like, what else could that mean? Like, oh, they don't know me. What if they actually don't know me and they actually just need me to say hi to them again? Or what if it's like, you know what? Actually, we tell ourselves we want the cool people to invite us. We want the cool people to like us. Why? The truth is because if you believe if they liked you, you could like yourself. You could actually believe you were good or cool or, you know, part of the in crowd. But what if you just decided, guess what? I am a good friend. Like, this is what I want you to do today, okay? I want you to make a list. Why are you a good friend? Like lots of times we go into situations and we go to school or we go somewhere and we're like, I hope someone will be my friend. I hope they'll like me, right? And we go in there with this like kind of needy energy. Like, how do you act when you're hoping people like you? You're like probably a little bit quieter. You're looking around. You might be looking down. You might be looking on your phone. How do people when people look at you and you're looking like nervous and shy and not making an effort, do they usually try to talk to you? Like, here's the thing, when we give them all the power to decide if we get to have friends, we actually end up not having friends. We make it true. Okay. So instead of giving them all the power, pretend like we have a remote control. We're not giving the remote control to our brain and our heart and our ability to have friends to people outside of us, cool people, rude people, whoever they are. We're going to take it back. We're taking back the remote. Okay. The remote control is for us. We're the only ones that are in charge of if we get to have friends, if we get to feel how we want to feel. No one else is in charge of that. We are. And that's great news because if the reason you feel bad is because of what you're thinking, then you can change it. Okay, so here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna write a list. I want you to actually do this, okay, in your phone. I don't care, in your notes. Write down, why am I a good friend? Like, are you a good listener? Are you fun? Are you funny? Do you make jokes? Like, what is it about you that is makes you a good friend? Like, write it down. And then when before you go to situations, instead of telling yourself, be confident, be happy, I hope they like you, instead be like, hey, guess what? I'm actually really fun to hang out with. I'm a good listener. I'm kind. I give people compliments. Like, would you want a friend like that? If you met someone who had the same qualities as you, they were kind, they were a listener, whatever it is that you have, would you want to be friends with them? Of course. Like, of course you would. So there are people that need you to be their friend. And you're back here hoping the coolest people will invite you so you can feel good. But here's the thing, take back the power, take the remote control back and be like, okay, why am I a good friend? These are the qualities I have. Somebody needs this. Somebody needs a friend like me, and I'm going to go find them. And I'm not going to leave it up to everyone else to decide if I feel good. So then here's the thing. We have to determine what success equals. Okay. So if I say hi to someone or I walk up to them and I say hi and I extend myself and then they don't talk back to me or they don't invite me, if success equals them inviting me, then I don't have any power. So we just have to decide, guess what success is? Success is I showed up, I smiled, I waved. That's it. That's success. It ends there. It's not success if they return it and they're like, hey, come join our friend group. Come sit by us. None of that. Okay, that's not success. Success is you decided I'm a good friend. Here are the qualities that I have. And I'm gonna go find the people. And if these aren't my people, if I say hi to them and they don't respond, okay, cool. They're not my people. And if I don't make it mean something terrible about me, I have way more motivation, way more energy to stay myself and actually keep trying until I find my people. So just because someone doesn't invite you or doesn't say hi back to you or talk to you, that doesn't mean you don't get to have friends. You get to decide if you have friends. So this week, take a look at your thoughts before you go somewhere. Remind yourself why you're a good friend. Actually list it out, okay? And remind yourself, I would love a friend like this. So there's tons of people that need me, and I'm gonna go find them. And if, say, just like I said, the scenario that I was telling you about, I dropped my friend off. She walked up. These girls, they just stared at her. They just looked at her and they just kept talking. So she can decide in that moment, oh, these are my people. Let me go look over here. Who looks nice over there? Who looks like I would actually want to hang out with them? Like, let's go find them. If she's deciding like what success means, I came up here, I said hi, and how they act isn't mean I failed, then I'm like, okay, not my people. Let me go over here. Let me try again. Let me go find somebody else, right? And the chances of you finding your people go way up when you decide success just means I showed up how I wanted to, and it has nothing to do with how they act. And just, if you keep trying and keep trying, what are the chances that you make friends? Tons. There's so many chances to make friends, especially if you be your real self and you remind yourself people need you. So don't sit around and wait and feel bad that people aren't inviting you. Decide, listen, do you know who I am? My name's Jody. Like, you tell yourself this, okay? You're like, my name's Jody. Guess what? I'm so fun to hang out with. I'm kind, I'm nice, and I'm going to go find my friends. And nobody gets to decide if I have friends or not. So that's your plan this week, okay? Nobody gets to decide if you're invited. You get to decide. You go find your friends because there's tons of people that need you exactly how you are. Have a good week.